There are 2 artificial ingredients in your processed foods that can accumulate in your organs over time if care is not taken. So our current lifestyle has led to our dependence on processed foods to an extent. And for the record, I'm not against processed foods. I eat processed foods, okay? I think they are convenient, they are simple, and also make life easy. But I'm also a passionate food scientist who strongly believes that food processing should be approached from a consumer-centric health priority lens, rather than it being used as a consumer and easy cash-out adventure. Most people do not recognize the presence of these artificial ingredients that are dangerous for their health and are mostly present in the processed food that they buy from the grocery shops. And I think it's because the food ingredient label has become too complex. It has become too complex for the ordinary consumer to read, understand, and make health-conscious decisions, unless you are very much aware of this ingredient name. So because the food ingredient label has become too complex, most of us normally look out for the presence of sugars and vegetable oils in the ingredient label. These are the 2 ingredients that we are mostly familiar with as being dangerous for our health. Some industry stakeholders use artificial ingredients like Butylated HydroxyToluene or BHT or Butylated HydroxyAnisole or BHA as artificial preservatives, okay, to increase the freshness and also the shelf life of their food product. So BHA and BHT are artificial antioxidants that are able to prevent fat oxidation and that prevent rancidity. So when they're able to prevent rancidity, they're able to maintain the flavor, the taste, and also enhance the nutritional value of the food product. But the problem here is that according to research, continuous exposure to BHA or BHT can lead to adverse health problems, okay, which I'll be discussing with you very soon. And also in the description box, I've placed a link to where you can find the different parameter levels of BHA and BHT in different foods, okay, in different countries. So BHA and BHT are commonly used in food products like mixed snacks, potato flakes. They're also used in butter, in cereals, in lard, and they're also used in cured meat, bagels, and then gums, and also in drinks. So under normal circumstance, adding an antioxidant to a food product is not a bad thing to do, right? Because we as consumers need antioxidants to protect ourselves from negative effects, okay, that oxidative stress can cause to our health problems. But the problem here is that BHA and BHT has been linked to adverse health effects. For instance, they've been linked with endocrine disruption, which means that they can interfere with the production of hormones in the body and then their normal functioning in the body. For instance, it's been shown that BHA and BHT can interfere with estrogen production. Okay? They can increase the production of estrogen levels in the body. And also, they've been shown that BHA and BHT can interfere with the uterus. And also, it's been shown that BHA and BHT are very dangerous because they can interfere with the hormones that are linked to important organs in the body like the lungs, kidney, and also the heart. So BHA and BHT has not only been linked with endocrine disruption, they've also been linked with cancer development because they've been shown that BHA and BHT can cause miscommunication among cells in the body. So the body is made up of thousands of cells, okay, that are working together at different times to ensure the smooth running of the body. Interaction with just one communication can lead to the abnormal growth or limit the growth of cells and then lead to the formation of tumors and also the formation of cancer cells in the body. Another way that they can also cause cancer is that according to research, BHA and BHT can also be broken down in the body into reactive oxygen species. So reactive oxygen species are very reactive, okay, and they are very unstable. So to become stable, they store electrons from proteins, DNA, or any fat molecules in the body. So when this happens, each protein and each DNA, they have a specific structure, okay, that enables them to perform their normal functions in the body. So when reactive oxygen species are still electrons from them, they lose their reactive conformational structure, and that means that they are not able to perform the smooth functions that they are needed for metabolic activities, and this can lead to the growth of tumors and also eventually development of cancer. BHA and BHT should not be allowed in any food product, from my perspective, okay. So because of their negative health impact that has been shown by research, BHT is totally banned in Europe, it's banned in China, it's also banned in Australia, but it's permitted for use in the US. So if you're eating food from the US, you have to be careful about this food ingredient. And BHA is banned in Europe, it's banned in China, it's also banned in Australia, but BHA is allowed in Canada, it's also allowed in the States. So Health Canada and also the FDA, they allow the industry to use BHA and BHT at certain levels. So in the place the link in the description box. You can check the levels that are accepted in different food products. But the question is, how can the consumer track the amount of BHA and the BHT that they are consuming every day? Because even these levels are not written on the food product for you to even track. Okay, so imagine you are eating different foods. Maybe in the morning you eat bread, or maybe in the morning you eat cereal. The afternoon you took a drink, and the evening you eat flakes whilst watching a movie. And if you eat this food for like a month, how are you able to track the level that are getting into your body? And since, according to research, the BHA and BHT can accumulate in your organs over time, it's not about eating it just a day or a month. It's the continuous exposure to this food ingredient. Okay, they can accumulate in your organs over time, and then it can cause adverse health effects in the future. So if they are permitted in the food product at certain levels, and I'm eating this food every day or life, 30 years of my life, how can I track their levels in my body? It's impossible for me to track it. Okay, so I think that the BHA and BHT should be banned forever. Both in Canada and also in the States. First of all, I think that every individual, especially for where you are in this world, you have a right to scientific information that can help guide you to make your own health conscious decisions when you are grocery shopping or any other area of your life. So I think that as health conscious consumers, I start cooking than over depending on processed foods. Okay, but in case our schedules are very tight and we have to depend on processed foods, I think we should always read your food ingredient label. Okay, and in case you find BHA or BHT, please avoid it. Never buy any food that has BHT. Okay, because I think that if you start buying the food product, then the industry is going to lose money, and that's the only way that they'll listen. Because nobody wants to lose money in business. But if you keep buying their food product, then they are going to keep producing food with BHA and BHT. So stop buying food that has BHA and BHT. And the industry loses money, then they will listen to your needs. Then they'll do the right thing by eating food with other food preservatives that do not have any detrimental effect on the body. And secondly, I also think that there's a need for transparent labeling. I think that some of these controversial ingredients in foods should have their effects cited on the food ingredient label for me to know the effect of BHA or any other controversial food ingredient in there, and how it's going to impact my health, so that I can make my own decisions, okay, based on whatever information that is written on the food label. And also thirdly, I think that the food industry can use natural food preservatives, but guys, the problem is that natural food preservatives is going to make the food more expensive, and also natural food preservatives are not stable like the artificial food preservatives. So I think more research is also needed to how the industry use natural food preservatives, how they can stabilize it over a long period of time, as done for BHA and BHT. And also we should be ready to pay more, because natural food preservatives are going to be expensive. So I hope this helps you make a smart food choice. Subscribe to my channel and let's go together. Okay, I'll appreciate that a lot. Okay, take care. Stop eating BHA, BHT, processed foods. Okay, and see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.